Santa's Christmas, a lesson of kindness. The Christmas Santa couldn't leave his bed. Was the Christmas that walked straight to his door. Christmas morning arrived gently at the North Pole. The sky was a soft, cheerful blue, stretching wide above the snow-covered land. Tall pine trees stood quietly, their branches heavy with white snow that sparkled like tiny diamonds. Everything looked calm, peaceful, almost magical. It was the kind of morning that usually filled the air with laughter, jingling bells, and the sound of busy footsteps rushing in every direction. But this year, something was different. Inside a small red cottage near the workshop, there was silence. No bells ringing, no elves singing, no cheerful shouts of Merry Christmas. Santa Claus lay in his bed. Wrapped in thick blankets, Santa stared at the wooden ceiling above him. His beard rested quietly on his chest, and his usually bright eyes looked tired. His body felt weak, and even sitting up seemed like too much effort. "Oh dear," Santa whispered softly. This has never happened before. For hundreds of years, Santa had welcomed Christmas with joy. He loved the busy nights, the lists, the laughter, and the excitement of delivering gifts all around the world. Christmas was his favorite time of the year. But today, Santa was ill. He closed his eyes and sighed. What will the children say? He wondered sadly. If Santa doesn't come this Christmas? The thought made his heart feel heavy. Outside the cottage, the workshop stood quiet. The elves had finished preparing the gifts days earlier, wrapping each one with care and excitement. The sleigh was ready. The reindeer had been fed and brushed. Everything was prepared, everything except Santa. Santa slowly pushed himself up and looked around the room. On the small table beside his bed sat his red hat and gloves. He reached for them, then stopped. "Not today," he whispered. For the first time in many, many years, Santa felt helpless. Just then, a sound broke the silence. A soft shuffle, then a gentle thump. Santa turned his head toward the window. Another sound followed, then another. Santa sat up slowly, his heart beating faster. He pulled the curtain aside and peered out into the snow. There stood his 4 reindeer. They were waiting patiently, just as they always did. But today they looked different. Their noses were frosted white, their chests moved up and down quickly, and their eyes looked tired, as if they had traveled a very long way. "Well now," Santa murmured, puzzled. "You look as tired as I feel." Santa carefully stood up, wrapped his coat around himself, and stepped outside. The cold air touched his face, but it felt fresh and gentle. That's when he saw it. Behind the reindeer stretched a long line of sledges. Not one, not 2, but many. Small sledges, colorful sledges, each one carrying children wrapped in winter coats, scarves, mittens, and hats of every bright color. Red, blue, yellow, green, a moving rainbow across the snow. Santa's eyes widened in surprise. "Well, I'll be," he whispered. One by one, the sledges came to a stop. The children carefully hopped down, their boots crunching softly on the snow. They didn't run. They didn't shout. They smiled. Santa stood still, unsure of what to say. A little girl stepped forward first. She held something close to her chest, wrapped carefully in her arms. "I heard you were sick, Mr. Santa," she said gently. "My name is Emma." She lifted what she was holding. It was a small teddy bear, soft, worn, and clearly very loved. "So I brought you this," Emma continued. "He helps me when I don't feel well." Santa's eyes softened. He knelt down slowly and accepted the teddy bear. "Thank you, little Emma," Santa said kindly. "I think he'll be very good company." Emma smiled proudly and stepped back. Next came a young boy holding a neatly wrapped red package. "We knew you weren't feeling well, Papa Santa," he said. "My name is Paul." He handed Santa the package. "My family made this quilt for you," Paul explained. "It will keep you warm." Santa opened it and wrapped the quilt around his shoulders. "Oh my," Santa smiled. "What a wonderful thought." He gently patted Paul's head. "This warmth means more than you know." One by one, the children stepped forward. A girl brought a box of cookies, still warm and smelling sweet. A boy offered a pair of soft socks. Another child brought gloves. One brought a book. Another brought a puzzle. Soon Santa's arms were full. "Come inside," Santa said warmly. "It's too cold to stand out here." Inside the cottage, the fireplace crackled softly. The warm glow filled the room, chasing away the chill. The children gathered around Santa, sitting on the floor, on stools, anywhere they could find space. Someone placed a tiny Christmas tree on the table. Another child helped hang a small ornament on it. The cottage began to glow. Santa looked around, not at the gifts, but at the children. Their smiling faces, their bright eyes, their kind hearts. Santa felt something warm spread through him, not medicine, not blankets, but something deeper. "Christmas," Santa said softly, his voice full of emotion, "has been delivered to my doorstep." The children giggled. Santa sat down in his big chair and opened his arms. "Come," he said, "let's share these precious gifts together." The children gathered in a large circle around him. Emma looked up and asked quietly, "Santa, which present did you like the most?" Santa paused. He looked at the teddy bear, the quilt, the cookies, the socks. Then he looked at the children. He smiled. "It's not one gift," Santa said gently. "It's the love and care each of you brought with you today." The children listened closely. "That," Santa continued, placing a hand over his heart, "is the most precious gift of all." The room fell quiet, not sad but warm and full. "This, my little ones," Santa said softly, "is the true meaning of Christmas." Santa stood up slowly and opened his arms wide. The children rushed forward, wrapping him in an enormous, heartfelt holiday hug. Outside, snow began to fall again, gently, peacefully, and that Christmas felt warmer than ever before. Not because of presents, not because of decorations, but because of kindness. Moral of the story: Christmas is not about receiving gifts, but about giving love, kindness, and care, especially when someone needs it the most. Stay kind, stay true, only on Colorful Morals.